I'm Derek Wallace, and this is a speech for human communications. Many people see black top hats as some kind of jazz performance attire, a geeky accessory, or maybe even something to look better with a tuxedo. But in my mind, it reflects upon one of the most influential and successful speakers of all time, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln had such a deep love for the United States of America, a love that is harder and harder to find, and one that is compassionate for the citizens and eager to see a success time and time again in the future. He accomplished an abundance, for example, of historical ideas, which in my opinion marks him as one of the most memorable presidents to ever live. These 2 points give him credibility for his third point, his remarkably persuasive speeches. Abraham Lincoln is a figure in history that is worth being noted for his character, his accomplishments, and his abilities to speak. Abraham Lincoln was known as Honest Abe due to a tale that happened a long time ago when he was a clerk in a grocery store. The tale has it the guest give him a few cents extra, and Abraham Lincoln closed the store to run down and give him the money that he owed him. Abraham Lincoln was a very honest man, and everyone thought that way about him. Abraham Lincoln was faced with several trials through his presidency. He had a country divided and many people wanting freedoms that they deserved. Abraham Lincoln was one of the first presidents to want women to vote. He cared for everybody at the time. The reason he wanted them to vote is simply because he loved them as himself. Even though Abe never got to witness in his life the reconnection of the United States, he was the main influence for making the United States come back together. Due to his speaking and his campaign, he brought people back. He was a big influence for the civil rights movement as well. His ideas were the ideal ideas we see today. He put the steps forward into making everyone equal. Abraham Lincoln wrote a bill, the Emancipation Proclamation. What this did was allow slaves to be free in the North and fight in the military. It didn't guarantee full freedom, but it eventually set them up to become free. He led a successful battle campaign against the South. As a commander-in-general, he won the war and brought the United States back together as one. Many of Abraham Lincoln's speeches can be found at abrahamlincoln.org. His speeches are very famous and very persuasive. The most famous speech that Abraham Lincoln was able to do was the Gettysburg Address. This is when he addressed the country in an attempt to try to bring everyone back as one. The speech is very persuasive, and it changed a lot of opinions of people there. Mr. Lincoln was once quoted, someone once quoted that Mr. Lincoln was so persuasive that he wasn't sure how anyone could listen to one of his speeches and not be converted to republicanism. Abraham Lincoln is a figure in history that is worth being noted for all his character, his accomplishments, and his ability to speak. He will forever be remembered in history as one of the best presidents and one of the most loving guys. No matter what side you're on, the trials he was faced and the issues he had made him one of the greatest presidents of all time. Abraham Lincoln is someone that should always be remembered for his outstanding character and his outstanding love, and his ability to persuade people to do what was right. Abraham Lincoln did everything he did for the love of the people and for the love of his country. Thank you.
Gary.